Hi, welcome back, Bella here. Every time when we need to talk extensively about something in English, whether to answer a question or to give a description of something or to provide feedback for someone, how do we sound logical? How can we make sure that what we're about to say is going to be well structured? What can we do to deliver our message in the most efficient way? So if that's something that has come across your mind, perhaps you will find some answer here today. I want you to try a structure that I recently learned from a podcast. I'm going to attach the detailed information about the podcast in the description box. So if you want to listen to the full podcast, feel free to. This structure is a three-parter. The first part is what. Second part is so what. And the last part is what's next. So in the first part, what refers to your direct answer to the question, if you're answering a question, or the most relevant piece of information you have for your audience. And this part needs to be delivered in the most concise way possible because you don't want to beat around the bushes. You want to give a very straightforward summary of what you're going to talk about next. In the second part, so what? You talk about why the information you're providing here is relevant or can add value to the conversation. And in the third part, what's next? We talk about what our audience can take away from this or what we're hoping that our audience could learn from this. Let me give you an example. Let's just say I'm trying to give a feedback to a student who asked me about their biggest issue in spoken English. And this would be my answer. I think the biggest problem you have with your spoken English is not having a clear structure. What I mean by that is the ideas you expressed don't seem to be logically connected. Without the connection, I find it very hard to keep track of all your points. For the same reasons, I find your arguments to be very abstract and therefore very weak. I would suggest maybe next time only select one aspect of the topic that you want to talk about and make sure to include some concrete examples to support your points. So following the what, so what, and what's next structure, I put together this feedback to give to the student. So from the example, you can see how this structure can be applied to a real-life conversation. It most certainly will take you a lot of time to practice with the structure and repeat it over and over again so that it becomes more intuitive for you. But it will definitely help you stay focused in your speech. In reality, our brains are all wired for structured information. Once we learn to build that logical connection between our ideas, we can then be free from it and speak spontaneously on the spot.